Hello and welcome back to another on the Football Zone and to a weekend previewing the Premier League games coming up. But before we do that, a quick recap of the European games this week. Newcastle 3, Karabag 2. The game was already over in the first leg, wasn't it? Forest were 3-0 up against Fenerbahce, went 2-0 down, so they did have a bit of a scare, but in the end defeated 2-1 on the night, but progressed comfortably through. And Crystal Palace in the Conference League against their Bosnian opponents. Obviously it was level going into the second leg, but in the end they pretty comfortably dispatched 2-0 of them. So yeah, as you'd expect, all three English sides going through. Moving on then to the preview portion, and Premier League action, Wolves against Aston Villa, and this is going to be an interesting match. Wolves, obviously they're all but relegated, so I guess their main goal is to avoid beating Derby's record. Aston Villa, they still very much in top 4 contention. They've got a 6-point buffer as things stand, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they'll be pretty confident, and I think Aston Villa coming into this one, I think they'll expect to win this. Moving on then to Bournemouth against Sunderland, and this is an interesting match. It feels like Sunderland at the moment maybe struggling a bit while Bournemouth's form has really picked up. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. I think one that Bournemouth will be expecting to win, but obviously we know very much how dangerous Sunderland can be. So yeah, definitely not one that Bournemouth can take for granted in any way, shape or form. But I'm going to say it will be a 2-1 win for AFC Bournemouth. Moving on into Burnley against Brentford at Turf Moor. And Burnley obviously got that great point at Stamford Bridge. For Brentford, a disappointing result against Brighton off the back of what's been a really good run. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. Can Burnley really pick up the momentum from that late equaliser? Personally, I'm not sure, but you never know. Brentford, they're still pushing for Europe. Keith Andrews has done a fantastic job, hasn't he, for all the doubts at the start of the year. So yeah, I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win for the Bees here. Moving on into Liverpool against West Ham, and this is another interesting game. Liverpool, they started to pick up in recent weeks. West Ham obviously very much have picked up as well. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game, this one. Obviously Liverpool fighting for those top those Champions League places. West Ham fighting for survival this year. So yeah, it's not where either club wants to be. Both sides, I think, are showing signs of improvement in recent weeks, so they'll take confidence from that at least. I'm going to say it'll be an interesting game. I think Liverpool will have enough to get the win here. I'm going to say 3-0 to the Pool. Moving on then to Newcastle against Everton at St James's Park, and Newcastle coming into this one off the back of that defeat to Man City, which is disappointing for them because they picked up a few really good wins before that, but hopefully, it doesn't get much tougher than Man City at the moment, is it? So hopefully that's kind of more just a one-off disappointment in a tough game. Taking on an Everton side who, a bit up and down at the moment with their form. So yeah, you feel like it could go either way, this one, but I think St James's Park, Newcastle are tough to beat. Moving on into Leeds against Man City, and this is going to be an interesting game because as we've seen in recent weeks, Leeds are a very tough team to beat, but for Man City to really stay in touch with Arsenal, you feel like these are the sorts of games they have to be winning. Leeds have got a pretty comfy gap now, I think, below them. I think they'll be feeling relatively confident at 6 points, but not taking anything for granted. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game, but I think Man City will come away with the win here. Moving on into Brighton against Nottingham Forest at the Amex, and another intriguing game. Vitor Pereira's first Premier League game in charge, a 1-0 defeat to Liverpool, but I think they can take a lot of positive from that. There wasn't a bad performance by any means at all against the Brighton side, who obviously were on a bad run, but got that big win against Brentford last time out. So hopefully, for their sake, they'll be taking confidence from that, and will be feeling positive about coming into this one with a win. I think at home they'll be feeling pretty confident about it. I'm going to say 2-1 to Brighton. Moving on into Fulham against Tottenham at Craven Cottage, and another intriguing match, this one. Tottenham, I didn't see a whole lot in Igor Tudor's first game against Arsenal, but it was a very tough game, wasn't it? But Fulham, they're starting to pick up form. Great win at the Stadium of Light last week. So yeah, they'll be looking to carry confidence into this one. But for Tottenham, they're going to start looking over their shoulders, and desperate times will start to come. I don't know. I feel like this could be a big win for Tudor in his second game in charge. Moving on then to Manchester United against Crystal Palace, and it's definitely been positive for Michael Carrick since he took over, hasn't it? But for Crystal Palace at the moment, with all the news that Glasner will leave at the end of the season, will he leave now, or whatever, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a mess. Their season's kind of petering out, obviously had that really bad cup defeat as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but I feel like Manchester United probably will come away with a win in this one. And finally, a big game, Arsenal against Chelsea, one that I'm really looking forward to. And you feel like Arsenal, I mean, they put that result against Tottenham behind them now, hopefully, and they can really push on. Chelsea against Burnley, I mean, a disappointing result for Chelsea in that one. And yeah, just a few too many silly draws at the moment for Chelsea, I think. So yeah, they'll be feeling pretty confident. I think Arsenal about picking up another win here, and it'll be another big win for them, wouldn't it? So I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to
Anyway, guys,
Arsenal.
that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe for our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.